Sing this song and sing it sweet.
The stroke of midnight shall start to creep.
Keep the tune, remember the pace.
And never look into her face.
Avoid the darkness, have no fear.
It only makes her wander near.
Play it safe till morning's light.
Someone's gonna die tonight.
I run into some couple groping in front of me. Before they have a chance to bitch, I turn to raise a fist at the asshole who hit me. No one's accepting the challenge, just rocking out into the show. A shirtless guy with a green mohawk passes just over my head.
The stage! The stage!
He's painted in reds and blues, shouting at the crowd. Everything's losing focus. What the fuck? I can't keep steady. I'm gonna be sick. Balance, come on, balance. I can't remember where the bathroom is. The room won't stop spinning. Shit. I turn my back to the stage and wade through the crowd. The lights are down, nothing looks familiar. What's wrong with my head? It's throbbing, the dizziness coming and going. People are staring at me. I keep my head low. Colors bounce off with the strobe. I can barely see it. All I make out is their heinous smiles as they push and shove me aside. When I look up, their faces bare fangs swirled with disfigurement. I'm not gonna panic. Making the far wall, I remember now. Raven's Caverns, this old church people left to rot for a few years before it was reclaimed. It used to be a lot cooler when it drew a mixed crowd. Now it's this concert venue where punks and goths go to drink, dose, and fuck. Lights and lasers ricochet through the fog, electrifying a sea of hands. The hall to the left leads to the bathroom. The door bounces off the wall and strikes my shoulder when I burst in, catch and brace the sink. My legs want to go. Panting, my breath is gone. An earthquake starts in my center and vibrates to the surface of my skin. Just hold on. I see my reflection through a frosted, cracked mirror. It's all internal. The vibrations travel in spasms as I struggle for control. I can't hear the music anymore. The mirror shatters into fragments and dissolves into nothingness. Blown away by a fierce wind, I'm left in a purple, flowing void. Shadows close in around me. My head lowers, gagging into the sink. I slam my eyes shut. They draw a tear. You're fine. It's just a hallucination. I wait for the room to stop shaking. I open my eyes with everything back to normal. The stained floors, the graffiti on the walls, my breath slowly returns. The music batters the door. The greenish light overhead flickers and threatens. I've smudged my makeup along the way, but no sense in fixing it now. For the first time, I hear someone fucking in one of the stalls. My head's still pounding. A drink from the tap doesn't change things. I need some fresh air. It sounds like they finished, but their climax becomes a horrifying screech. Or a scream. It doesn't sound human. The whole room begins to rattle. The stalls bolted to the ground, thrash from side to side, cries bellowing from within. The light fades out and the door flings open. My ears are ringing. A foot emerges, scaled and bruised, as fluid spills to the floor. A stench arrives. I'm too scared to move. I slam my eyes shut. Not happening. This is not happening here. Searching for a place of calm, a tune begins to play, not from my head, not from outside. Someone in here is humming. I open my eyes, but the fact remains. A hand appears on the door, equally discolored and grasping a knife. It produces a raspy groan, slowly inching closer, twitching with each movement. The humming becomes louder. Something is wrong, very wrong. Run, get out of here. My feet are unable to obey. The figure cocks its head and stares. All I see is darkness, an abyss beneath a hood. There's a persuasion, like fickle, obscure trindles pulling me closer. It takes a second for my body to respond. Out amongst the masses and wading through the crowd, the exit is not far. I'm not looking back. I can't look back. I need to go. Push, shove, squirming my way through these limbs. Some fresh air, that's all I need. None of this is real. It can't be. Through double doors, I meet street lamps. A cool breeze catches the cityscape and kisses my cheek. I breathe in the night's air. It brings me down a few levels. What the fuck was that? I shake my head, my own imagination. I approach a few smokers collected next to the entrance for a light. Been meaning to quit, but fuck it, my nerves are shot and the pack's still fresh. Leather jackets, piercings, and the same old fucked attitude. Each still carries a price tag. These two are posers at best.
You looking tonight, babe?
He held out a flame that burnt like the sun. Moth Pope's been shit since their second album. I'm out.
Think you can do better?
I can and I have. Ever heard of the Shattered Glass Sisters? They both carried blank stares. Tony Jensen can't shred worth shit,
He's just getting started,
chimes the other. I'm watching the cloud of smoke as I exhale. It swirls and turns in the dark, sculpting various shapes. A bird appears and rises out of the smog, circling around the duo before landing on my finger and disappears. It gets me to giggle. Have fun with it, then. I turn to leave, but one catches me by the arm.
Hey, where are you off to?
I shove him off, ready to kick his ass. Fuck off, you washed-up, Hot Topic assholes. You don't have what it fucking takes. With an icy stare, they don't stop me from storming away.
Get awfully dangerous out there, sweetheart. Be a shame if something happened to you and that attitude of yours.
My finger's my only response. This shit doesn't scare me. Around the corner, I've got to zip up my coat. I'm shivering. It's faux leather, too hypocritical to go genuine. You'd be surprised how much it matters to some. My boots against the pavement are the only sounds in the distance. They echo in the crevices between the boarded-up shops. What time is it? My cell reads just past midnight. The light strains my eyes and I have to squint. I thought it was later. A text from Martin. Bitch, where'd you run off to? Did I really have to leave? My head clears more and more with each step, but darkness still surrounds that bathroom. He'll just think I'm crazy. The ground is growing unstable. I need a moment. Take a rest at the bench. Reply, too big for my head. Gonna mellow. Catch you later. Smiley face. Send. Is it fatigue or the drugs? What was in that stall? I didn't even have anything to drink. That blow to the head? Something has me out of whack. A group passes by and I find myself giggling over a stop sign. What authority does it think it has? It's a sign. Time to go again. I can't sit still. Should I just head home? I squint at my phone and nearly forget why I pulled it out. My best friend Aggie, the self-proclaimed witch, of course she'll be up. I cross an alley and see a few bricks were removed close to the ground. An eternity passes and the call goes to voicemail. I try to peek into the building. Everything inside is indiscernible in the darkened chasm. Hey, I know you're up. Where are you? My phone goes back in my pocket. I stand and stare at the blackness ahead. I can feel it moving as it stares back. I slowly back away. I should continue on. I just want to forget about it. Where am I going? I might as well head home. Not at all that smart to wander out here without direction. Neon dances off the signs above. Glowing embers capsulated within thin streams of glass irradiates in waves, soaring spectrums into the midnight sky. It's not safe to be this distracted. Focus. What street am I on? I can't afford to look lost. A man in a tall hat passes. He's dressed in all black but his face is done up like a clown, smiling like the rest. Don't react, it'll pass. There's a crooked sign not much further attached to the lamppost that extends into the sky. Denver. Just a couple miles from home, I can do that. Which means I take a right here? A new sense of balance with my bearings. I can relax a bit more. My cigarette, once burning like a star, is dying. More empty shops with no one around. This seems odd, but I'm grateful. On a... what day is it? Thursday? Thursday, where is everyone? More echoing footsteps as I stomp down the street. I've always liked walking. I started as a kid. No car, nothing to do, and avoiding my parents. It's not like anyone cared about where I went, and no one wanted to be around Clark when he had too much. I'll never forget. I reach for another cigarette. Fucking Christ! I check my jacket. There's no lighter. Spinning in place, I don't see anyone either. A few cars pass by, but no one else is out. Not a soul in sight. Why? At least there's a gas station on the way. The sound of my own voice brings some reassurance. About a block later, I feel a station wagon cruising up on me from behind. It slows as it nears, idling. I keep my distance. The window slowly opens just a crack, releasing a cloud of smoke. Smoke? Sulfur? A groan erupts from inside the car. The same I heard from the bathroom stall. It's following me. I can't shake the thought. My blood runs cold. The station wagon stops just behind me. Like a deer, I'm caught in the beam of its lights. I slowly start to back away. The second that door opens, I'm sprinting the other direction. Until then, I wait. My foot meets a loose rock. I crouch to pick it up, not daring to take my eyes off the car. Fuck off, you creep! A sharp end of the rock catches the windshield, leaving a solid crack down the center. The station wagon revs up and speeds off. A horrible face appears in the side window as it passes. Deformed and pale, no eyes in its sockets, just absent dark holes where you'd expect them. The mouth is worse, frozen in a state of terror. Pain and anguish travels up and down my spine. Blood trickles down his skin, but he continues to smash his forehead. It smears against the glass, so awful, yet I can't look away. Tires squeal in the distance. Left alone, I look back to where the car was. In place of the vehicle stands a shadowy figure. It stares, facing me. Long robes and some sort of cloak billows over the mass, shrouding its stature. Something is strapped to its forehead. The cigarette in my hand shakes. I raise my voice, though, and hold up the smoke. Hey, you got a light? There's no response. Hey, you over there! Still nothing. Screw you, asshole! I'm not keen on turning my back on this guy. That feeling starts to crawl under my skin. The bathroom? Let's not go there. My heart's racing. I walk as fast as I can, doing my best to keep an eye out. The figure doesn't budge. I make the corner to run into a man in a gray suit and trousers. His hair is parted to one side like you'd expect them to be, phony and fake. He does his best to ignore me despite my efforts. Hey, you got a light? He doesn't even bother to turn. I'm trying to make heads or tails of things by the time I make it to the shop. I must be seriously tripping. It's the only explanation. I didn't take that much. The place is lit like an icebox and just as cold. The yellow glow of the grime and dirt caked on the walls swims with the unorganized shelves and upturned products. A rancid stench floods the air. I can taste it. An expired man with chins to his nipples sits in a wife beater behind the counter, snorting and spitting the hours by. A fly lands on his forehead, but he doesn't even stir. I reach for a lighter.
Hey! The fuck you doing here?
It fumbles from my hand with a sudden shock. Just need a lighter and a water.
Thought you'd just help yourself? Fucking little thieves. Your metal faces and your tattoos. I see you running around pocketing those packets and anything else you can get your hands on. Painting the walls.
His eyes turn to a deep and fiery red as his jaw unhinges. His nose grows to a point that snarls while he stares down at me. His speech unaltered. I pull a $5 from my pocket and set it on the counter. Listen, I don't want any trouble. It's not real. It's not real. I blink and the guy's appearance corrects itself.
Oh, sure. Now that I've caught you and all.
Keep the change. I don't care. The cigarette never left my hand.
Here.
It's at the ready as
Anything
soon
you're
as I
going.
step out. That sweet kiss of nicotine, that sensation of comfort, confidence, clarity. If I cut through the park, I'll be back in no time.
One Too Many is an original short story written and adapted for radio by Teej. The voice of Alex was Gabriella Medina. The voice of Aggie was Helen McMahon. And every guy was Teej. The forces of the demon were provided by Helen and Teej. Sound effects are thanks to freesfx.co.uk, soundbible.com, and the rest were produced in-house. Music was provided by bensounds.com. Thanks for listening.